Westbrook going for the deep ball. Durant. Oh, hell no.
What's good, sports gamers? I felt a few teams didn't get the shine they deserve, so this video is to fix that. Welcome to part 2 of our top 10 missing historic teams from NBA 2K. Let's begin. Number 5 team NBA 2K should add is the 2000-2001 Milwaukee Bucks. KG and Paul Pierce wasn't Ray Allen's first big three. Back then his running mates were Sam Cassell and Glenn Big Dog Robinson. Cassell was dropping nearly 20 points a game for a couple years in Milwaukee, and although analytics point to the long two as the worst shot in basketball, that was Glenn Robinson's bread and butter, which led him to a 20 points per game average for his career. So it's no coincidence he has a 96 mid-range in my team, and he had a nice post-up game to boot. And to cap it off, a young Jesus Shuttlesworth, who for the younger crowd wasn't just a catch and shoot dude like he became in Boston. He was beating cats off the dribble and driving on folks back in the day, in addition to that silky smooth three we know him for. So his game would be a lot more versatile to play with, rather than waiting to get that 1 inch of room and jacking up a shot like we were so used to when he was on the Boston and Miami. And although they couldn't get past my Sixers or the refs, as the negative people out there like to point out, that year the big dog Ray Allen Cassell trio was scary to watch if your team was facing them and deserves a spot in the 2K universe. Number 4 on the list is the 2008-09 Orlando Magic, also known as when people still like Dwight Howard. This team was set up to dominate the 2K universe, had our number 5 most overrated player Jameer Nelson running the point, and the Magic made the finals due to the amount of 3-point shooters this team had, surrounded by a peak Dwight Howard. They offer elite 3-point shooting at 4 out of the 5 positions in defense just by having Dwight Howard patrol the paint. Number 3 is the 2011-12 Oklahoma City Thunder. Is it because of what just happened this last week for them being on the list? Okay, it probably is, but we're going to look back when all these guys' careers are done at this team and be shocked they didn't win a title, if you haven't already. And I miss being able to use this lineup online. Dudes were not ready. The number 2 team that needs to be added is the 2010-11 Chicago Bulls. This Bulls team had the 4th most wins in franchise history with 62 and had arguably the best defense during this era. But after what has happened to the team since then, I feel it's only right to immortalize the best Bulls team since Jordan left the building. You had Luol Deng averaging 70 points with excellent defense on the wing, Carlos Boozer, who sucked on D but gave Hughes the only post game on the team when you needed it, Joakim Noah doing Joakim Noah things, and Kyle Korver, who I'm sure many put in the starting lineup over Keith Bogans. Even a random Ronnie Brewer spurt where he would block a shot and catch an alley-oop on the other end. But of course, the main reason this team should be in 2K is obviously because of Brian Scalabrine. Alright, I'm playing. This was Derrick Rose at peak form. Awarded the MVP this season was also when people had arguments on who was better, Rose or Russell Westbrook. Which seems crazy today and is sad because he's still only 27, yet we talk about Rose like he's 35 and washed up already. But being able to use peak D Rose and change my layup in mid-air and making them on 7-footers is something I liked doing back then and would love to do again in 2K17. And the number 1 historic team 2K needs to add is the 2004-2005 Indiana Pacers. Now I was going to put the Pacers that won 61 games the year before on this list, but I used this team just because of the potential this roster could have had if it wasn't for a certain, incident. Many forget now, but the Pacers were a title contender that year, so they had a squad. Reggie Miller was damn near 40 on this team, and although he didn't shoot that well from 3 this year, I highly doubt 2K would have gave him some boo-boo 3-point rating. Jermaine O'Neal was one of the best big men and shot blockers in the league for a minute. Steven Jackson was the ultimate microwave player, and it's a shame Captain Jack is not even in my team this year. And this, all in their primes. Even though they have the players to deserve a spot on this list, I'm mainly interested in them being in the game because of the personalities on this team. So whenever I play with them, I can say to myself, these dudes really slump some fans in the stands.
Dang.
Alright people, hope you enjoyed the vid. Stay tuned for more sports gaming content. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to Sports Gamers Online if you want more content from us. Thank y'all for watching and be good, y'all. Every player that dominates in 2K for no reason or well beyond his pay grade, there are dominant players in real life who straight up suck in the game. In some cases their stats are just undershot, in others the game mechanics just doesn't favor their style of play. Whatever the case may be, there will always be a few legends who are so depressingly bad in 2K that they might as well be one of the million John and James Smiths at the bottom of every historic roster. So today we're going to go over our top 5 most underpowered legends in NBA 2K16. Let's begin.